beat the Georgia Bulldogs, you're gonna feel the bulldog. Standing up and cheering September till the 1st of June.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton. Boom! And this is show number 125. Folks, really quickly, I just had to make mention of this. Adam, right before we started the show, literally like a minute ago, said, what if I started the show without a boom?
Yeah.
And it just didn't sound right.
Yeah, so I mean we've made that a staple. So I got a boom. I got to do a boom before we crank this thing up. So apologies to the guy who commented on YouTube that was listening to work with his AirPods right there and got a nice boom in his ear and probably busted the eardrums. My bad. I never thought about that when I first started to deliver a boom to really set the tone of the podcast, Clark, to bring the energy level up, crank it up about 5 notches, right? So I didn't think about people like using AirPods and the noise level and not expecting it and what it could do, But I just was trying to do it just to set the tone, be different from other podcasts, to kind of just start off with like monotone chat, and I mean, normal people, what normal people do, right? So, I mean, just want to be a little bit different with it. But have to do the boom. Have to do it, especially for a big game like what we got coming to Athens this week, man. College game day, everybody coming. I love it.
Yep. Welcome to show number 125, Woo! Georgia Ole Miss, this Saturday in Athens. Folks, this is a big game. This game, there's a lot that rides on that, because if you win this, Adam, as we talked about on the last show, if you win this, you really set yourself up nicely for the rest of the year. And I'm not saying you guarantee yourself a playoff spot, but you want to make it to the playoff, you've got to win these kinds of games, especially in your home stadium. Yeah,
another big hurdle that you look at the beginning of the year, there's going to be big games that you got to win, that you got to put in the win column, and Ole Miss is one of them. So if you check that one off, you move on, and you just hopefully just keep surviving and advancing, man. You know, with this just new year of college football, what this team as identity started to become here at the halfway point of the season. Excited to see what happens, but just somehow just get a big home win and continue on into the bye week, and then Florida and a lot Texas coming, Mississippi State road trip. So a lot of good football on the horizon.
100%. All right, folks. Yes, we have a big episode for you guys. We're previewing exclusively Ole Miss on this episode, so we're going to be talking about the Georgia Ole Miss history. Not necessarily a rivalry here. I mean, if it is a rivalry, it's very lopsided in favor of Georgia. We'll be talking about Georgia's offense and defense, what we have to do X's and O's wise to beat this really good Ole Miss football team. We've got some Week 8 games. And, folks, if you look at the schedule, if you look at the Week 8 schedule and you kind of observe it from a 30,000-foot view, you might think, I don't know. This isn't that great of a slate. But I'm telling you, Adam, right now, this is going to be a very fun week of college football. And then at the very end, we have some score predictions for you guys as well. So let's just go ahead and start this episode off. And I think the best way to start it off is to announce that we will be having a live call-in show this Friday night, as we do with these big games. And we're going to schedule that for 8:30. Are you good with that, Adam?
Yeah, I'm good with it. Good with it.
We might have to eat some like Mexican beforehand.
Yeah.
We always frequent a Mexican restaurant before a live call-in show. It's sort of our tradition at this point. But
absolutely.
So we'll be live on Facebook and YouTube this Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Y'all join us, call in, have some fun. I want to say our number is 706-389-5486. Something like that. But anyway, we'll be posting about it as usual on social media, so be on the lookout for that. I'm really fired up about our live college show.
Yeah, always a good time. Shoot, man. I mean, every time we get the opportunity to do one and hear from everybody out there what they're doing for the game and how their feelings are about this game, and like you said, a big top 10 matchup in Athens, game day, everybody being there. It should be a good night as far as people coming and calling in and just hearing their thoughts. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. I'm also excited about college game day, obviously, rolling into town. People have asked us, Adam. I've gotten probably 3 or 4 different people this week asking us, will we break out the college game day sign? We shall see. I don't know. Might need some help with that because you man the tailgate. I would go put it up, but we got to have some help. So if anybody's willing, if you want to come help us drag that, what is it, an 8x4 foot
Yeah,
sign with those huge telescoping painter's poles. If you want to come out there and help me, we might make it happen. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to round up the sign, man. It's somewhere back in the shop.
Adam,
Back
have we
there.
lost it?
I mean, it's somewhere in the shop, somewhere back there in the side closet area space. I mean, I know where it's tucked away.
Okay,
So.
all right. It is folded up, right?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Man. It's been folded up since 2021. Then when we've brought it back out the couple times since then, it's just gone back to where we've kept it. So I think it's there. But it's been a while since we pulled that thing.
Yeah,
out.
it has been. I think since 23,
Was
or 22. I know that. I think the last time we pulled it out was 22,
Tennessee.
Georgia, Tennessee.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
it.
we got to bring it back out,
man. That has been a while.
It's probably nice and creased, so we're gonna have to unfold it, let it kind of air out,
right.
dust it off a
That's
little bit. We had talked about with our patrons. I think I was just getting like overly ambitious. Doubling that sign, maybe even quadrupling it, making it an even bigger sign. Just take up some. Go all out with it.
I really don't see how you can make it any bigger than that. That thing was
It's
humongous.
huge. I mean, it dwarfs any other sign out there. Even the big, John 3:16 and neon writing.
Yeah,
even those signs. I love those. I respect them, but our follow at row 60 sign is legendary. It's huge.
I'll never forget the first time I was broke out, Arkansas 2021, man, and just that point in time of the season where you're starting to realize this is going to be a magical run. So Game day was there. It was a noon kick, and go there. I said, this isn't going to work. This is really not going to work, but we'll try it. Why not? Let's have fun with it. So at that point in time, we didn't have any kids or anything, so we had some time to make that sign, right? And to just scheme how it would be done, and it was just executed beautifully.
It was.
And it provided some great pictures that it was right above Lee Corso, Herb Street's head right there. And very memorable day when we brought that thing out. You even made stickers of it.
Yeah.
That's been around now for about 4 or 5 years. So I love it. Not the best artistic ability drawing out the letters here, but it's become
great.
It's become a staple though for what that sign is. And what it represents.
Well, and I think some people know about this, but anytime we do hold that sign up, I'm not kidding you guys, it's like 100 followers per minute. So if you hold that sign up for long enough, you get a ton of followers.
You do.
Now, I know back in the day, they actually kicked out Josh Pate.
Yeah.
All the Josh Pate signs, right? The Pate State College.
The late kick back
The late
then
kick,
is what it's called.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. They used to take those signs down. They have taken ours down.
Oh, yeah.
ESPN, an executive came by during that Arkansas game, told us that we had to take it down because it was free advertising. So
yeah. But the thing you got to do is you got to be strategic. But it's hard to hide with that big of a sign.
It is.
But you got to at least buy yourself. Every second that you get airtime is precious.
100%.
It's gold, right? So you have got to be able to be quick on your feet.
Right.
Get it up, get it in position. Get some good views, get confirmation from people watching at home that, we see it. It's there. I mean, it's clear as day. It's follow row 60. And then bring that thing down. 2 people have got to get that thing down. Get through the crowd, set up on the other side.
Right.
And then, play a cat and mouse game with the ESPN security detail or whoever that they have perusing the signs out there until you do eventually get caught. It's one of them deals you're not going to outrun it.
Yeah,
right?
it's going to happen.
You make the best of every opportunity that you get. Right, it's all about the effort that you leave out there at game day, and I mean, game day used to be a staple, man. Growing up, I remember before I was in college, high school, going to game day and the excitement of that. At college, the 2013 LSU game is one that sticks out. A couple of them when they used to do it outside in Centennial Park at the SEC Championship. Very cold mornings doing that. So, I mean, great memories growing up. But as far as me going and just being a part of game day, kind of the stage I'm at now in life, besides either doing something like with row 60, I probably won't be doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, sense. I'm just too old.
No, I get it. And it's a haul from our tailgate, especially with that sign.
It is.
So, once again, all this to say, if you are willing and you can get in touch with us via Instagram or whatever, if you are willing to help us, I may or may not make you an offer to compensate you a little bit. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to the game and you want to meet up and hold the sign with us or me, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave that out there, see what happens.
There you go, Clark. I love it, man. I love it. But no, I will make another return once Callie gets older.
Yeah,
my
there you
daughter,
go.
and
one
she
day,
wants to go and everything, for sure.
One day we'll put up we'll put Callie and Benson to work. They'll be the ones that hold up the sign.
And then I guess when I say that going to game day, it doesn't mean that I won't go to a set again. It won't be that I'm going to be there like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
no
Like
more
we
of
used
that.
to.
No more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, they were good days. But that's a young man's game right there.
For sure. Well, Adam, in the same way that we attempted that big, giant follow at Row 60 sign on game day at one point, we're also attempting something even bigger.
Are we?
This Saturday, we are going to attempt to stripe Sanford. We have been posting about this all throughout the week, and a lot of mixed reviews. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Some, I would say actually a majority of people love this idea. They're in on it. We've gotten a lot of people on Instagram saying that they're in. We've gotten buy-in from the Redcoats, the student section, more specifically the Spike Squad, the paint line. The cheerleaders know about it.
Yeah.
Andrew Smart, Kirby's son, even knows about it because he reposted it on his Instagram story. So all that to say, we're going to see what happens. I'm optimistic, but I do not think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be perfect per se, and I don't expect it to be.
Well, from just random people starting the movement, it was a great effort, Clark.
Yeah.
And I love it. And you put a lot of hard work, and it would look good if
It would.
was if it actually got coordinated to happen. And I'm going to wear black in my section.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, I'm wearing black. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to not participate.
Right,
in it,
right.
So I hope everybody does, because I think it would look good. And obviously, you're mimicking the stripe down the silver breeches, the traditional stripe, and it would look good. It's not a gimmick. I think the whole blackout thing just, I don't know what it did to people. It's sad that we've let a game that happened 17 years ago dictate if we could do something special, like create a fun environment with a red out or a blackout or a stripe out or whatever. But you have these guys, and I guess, call them traditionalists, whatever. But, I mean, I think this is just a fun thing. Recruits would love it. An aerial shot would look great of it, man. It's something different. I mean, we've done red outs, done blackouts of the like, and it's not asking for alternate jerseys. It's just something to engage fans more. And I think it'd be cool. And I like, I've started to peruse the social media and see, because I don't have a person. Again, I do not have a personal social media account. I get on my wife's, look at Facebook Marketplace, and to check out the Row 60 page and everything. But I don't have like my own Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, TikTok, and Twitter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been looking at the comments and like just seeing stuff like spread on that stuff, and then comments on like our videos, which is just wild. Some of the hate we get. I mean, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
I love that we got the point that you get the hate that we get on these comments. But anyway, no, I saw the Stripe Sanford stuff. I'm like, man, Clark, this is good stuff. A lot of people getting on board with it. So, but I saw like the one thing, the negative people are saying is you should have put the red on the north side.
Yeah. Let me explain myself.
Oh, I know what your explanation is, and I'm going to let you do the explaining because it's a great one.
Okay, so my thinking is a lot of the, I'll just say the older season ticket holders, right, who are typically on the home side of the stadium, they are going to, by default, wear red, And so I decided to say, okay, most of the students who are typically on the other side of the stadium, the student section primarily is on the other side of the stadium, they're going to buy in to whatever we tell them to wear. So I told them, I said, hey, let's wear black on the north side of the stadium, south side of the stadium, all the old people, get them in red. They're going to be in red anyway, and play into this as it is. So really, I'm not concerned about the north and south side of the stadium that much, actually.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see some buy-in on both of those sides. Mm-hmm. What I'm very curious to see is if we can get the end zone to buy in to wearing white.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And if that happens, it will sell the look, I promise you. But it's going to be interesting too, because the end zone right below the scoreboard, that is also student sections right there. So, some students are going to have to sacrifice and wear the white and go into that student section. That's kind of the secondary student section.
That's right. That's right.
We shall see. I don't know. If it works, it works. Hoorah, we're going to do it again. If it doesn't, I might scrap it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought it was a good idea, man. I thought it was good to do red as the south stand end zone, because you said the people who probably would be protesting and not wanting to do it the most would be the people who sit on that side of the stadium, and they're going to wear red by default. So good, like 4D chess.
Yeah.
Clark, for sure.
Now, the rebuttal is, oh my gosh, we got to wear black in the sun all day.
It's mid-October.
Let me tell you something. It's 78 degrees,
and you're not doing any manual labor,
right?
You're just sitting there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, golly, that always cracks me up when people complain about being hot. Like I just can't. I can't take it.
Well, if they
take
knew
people
what you did in life,
and
being under crawl spaces and houses and wiring all this.
Oh yeah,
all these
it's a
houses.
choice, but I love it. But I understand. It's just funny to me. But I understand. I get it.
Well, anyway, help us Stripe Sanford. If you guys have not checked out the website, I say it's a website. It's one landing page. Go to www.stripesanford.com.
Yeah.
Push this out to as many people as you possibly can this week, folks. Don't stop doing it until Saturday when toe meets leather.
That's
I
right.
want to see a stripe out.
gonna
Just
be
give
good.
this to
It's
me.
gonna
I
be
want
good.
it.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
All right, moving on.
Good job, Clark. Should I go? Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
For any people not looking on YouTube, Adam is clapping, but not actually clapping. He is signaling timeout, and I love that. Screw you, Auburn.
Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
All right, next up, we got a shout out, Adam.
All right, give us one.
We have another patron member this week, and his name is Robert Reynolds from Thomasville, North Carolina. Robert, brother, we appreciate you becoming a patron. Adam, not only is he a patron, he's also a podcaster.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Love hearing that.
So Robert is on the DGD podcast. It's a great podcast. We follow him on TikTok and Twitter and some other places too. So go check them out. DGD podcast. They also pump out some good Georgia football content. So
yeah, give him a follow. Check out Robert, man. And Robert, appreciate your support joining the Patreon, man, and for all of Tar Heel State.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not on Patreon yet and you want to unlock exclusive Row 60 content, just visit patreon.com/Row60, or you can download the Patreon app and search Row 60. It's only $5 a month, and every single penny helps us to travel to more road games and produce more Georgia football content for our listeners. So thank you, Robert, once again, and to all our patrons for continuing to help us keep these lights on. All right, Adam.
Here we go.
Georgia versus Ole Miss. Let's start with a little history here. You're a big history buff, aren't you?
Yeah, I do love history. American history, Georgia football history. Love some history.
World history?
Yeah, I'll dabble in some more. But if it doesn't involve America, I'm not too. I mean, yeah, maybe biblical stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, as far as, kind of European stuff outside of pre-World War II type deals, what led to America's involvement, I'm more of I love American history.
Okay, fair
what
enough.
happened in America.
Yeah, fair enough. Why not?
But, I mean, yeah, it's all good stuff. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
there wasn't all good times in history.
True.
Right. So, but learning about those times and then adapting from it is what's made America, and the world, I would say.
I like it. Okay.
But yeah, I love Georgia football history.
Okay, let's talk some here. Georgia, Ole Miss. 33-14-1 is the series lead for Georgia. So 33 wins, 14 losses, one tie. Couldn't tell you when that tie occurred.
I couldn't either.
Let's go back to, let's just start let's keep it in the Kirby era. Obviously, we could branch out and go some more if you wanted to, but let's kind of focus on the Kirby era for right now. Go back to 2016. That game was an absolute beatdown.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned this last year as we were talking about Ole Miss, but I remember walking out of that stadium, you and me, looking at each other, asking each other, are we ever going to see a national championship ever? That game, man, it was just so blah. That was the only word to describe it, or onomatopoeia.
Yeah, no, that was a long trip, man. That was a long, and of course we didn't think that we would win a national championship in Kirby's first year.
No,
but we really thought we'd be a little bit more competitive,
right?
In that football game, and that was a just tail whooping from the beginning, and it was a wild time.
Yeah,
it was a wild time, no doubt. I still remember that game like it was yesterday, and that's one of those games when you were sitting in Indianapolis or SoFi Stadium out in Los Angeles in 2021 and 2022, or even, the Peach Bowl, or big wins that we've seen the past few years, man. You think back and just being in the crowd that day in Oxford, Mississippi, and be like, boy, sitting through all those losses and just coming back for more and more was worth all of it to see
100%.
where Georgia is now. And, I mean, that's where the foundation was starting to be laid, and that's what built these teams, man. We're going through those rough humps in the first year of the Kirby era, and that was probably – to me, in Kirby's first year, the biggest black spot.
I agree.
Well, I mean, losing Tech and Florida, but I mean, it's just as far as just getting just absolutely embarrassed. That one was awful.
Yeah, I mean, you lost to Tennessee that year. That was a Hail Mary, right? Like, it took everything for Tennessee.
This was a tail whooping.
It was.
From one of the yes.
I've never seen a receiver core beat up on Georgia's secondary as badly as I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That day. I mean, it was terrible. Our guys were getting scorched in the secondary. God bless them. Not the same caliber. I'll just put it this way. Probably not the same caliber of athlete as what Georgia has in the secondary nowadays.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, it didn't matter who we put out there that day. It was ugly. So 2016 was a really bad loss. But I mean, you know, Ole Miss, give them their credit that day. They had a lot of good talent on that team, and then Georgia just really didn't show up. So you'll have that. But 2 years ago, 2023, the last time that Ole Miss comes into Georgia, we hand them the tail whooping.
Oh, yeah, that was a heck of a game. Carson Beck played a heck of a game. Offense exploded, man. And, that was, you know, at the height of like, man, we're going for a three-peat right here. Everything's just humming. Huge win, and one of those wins from start to finish that you like seeing. That game of the Kentucky game that year was just such a just fun games in Sanford Stadium as far as just tail whoopings.
Can I interject just right quick?
Yep.
Those two games you just mentioned, people want to say, oh, Mike Bobo. Go look at those two games. He was offensive coordinator. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And also he had
Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey.
He had Brock and Ladd. But
other guy did too.
That's true.
That did a heck of a job with them as well, obviously. So, but yeah, no, I mean, everything was just humming then in October of 2023 in the sense of that was fun. That was a great game that was in November. Excuse me.
Yes.
My bad. That was a cold night. My bad. I'm getting that one in Kentucky mixed up a little bit. But yeah, that November game, still, I mean, just a offensive explosion, right?
Yeah. And then Brock Bowers returning off his injury that year too. You remember that?
Yeah, that game
the first
was.
touchdown,
Yeah, that is right. That is right.
So
off the tightrope surgery. Yeah.
So last game in Sanford that year too, from what I remember.
That's right. Yeah.
So great. That was a great game. Hoping for the same kind of outcome this Saturday. Don't really expect that. But, last year, obviously, we go to Ole Miss in Oxford. We lose I think that game sort of revealed who we were last year, the 2023 team. Wouldn't you say so? I mean,
the 2014.
2014.
Right. No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. That was probably one of the most just biggest losses in a while in the sense of where I just felt, man, we just got dominated on the line. Like, really, I mean, you started off good with the Dan Jackson interception. You went and you got 7, but from there, both sides of the football, just nothing clicked there on after. And you just at the end of the game, it wasn't oh man, if we had done this, if this play went this way, that play went this way, it was a no. That was just getting your tail whooped. Yeah. And you're having to tip your hat that you just got out-coached and dominating the trenches. Lane Kiffin had a great game plan coming into that game and carved up Georgia's defense. And then Ole Miss's defensive line, which we'll talk about later on in the episode, that is not the same caliber as the Walter Nolan and the guys that they had on that D-line last year when we went to Oxford, just absolutely ate up Georgia's OL. Yeah. And it was just a bad day all the way around. I mean, you just got your tail handed to you, and that's all you can say about that game, in my opinion. I mean, they were the better team. They were the better coach team that day.
Yeah. If any of you are out there who didn't go to that game, like, you don't feel envious of anybody that did, because I'm telling you, Adam, if I could have traded places with you that night, I very much would have wanted to do that, because that was a long ride back, and then we had a flat tire on the way back.
Yeah.
Oh, just a terrible night. And then it rained. It just sucked. But
yeah, I mean, you'll have that. That's the gamble, like we talked about when you go to these games, especially on the road, man. Especially trying to make them like big, like quick turnaround trips, day trips like that, driving 6-7 hours, or in some scenarios. But yeah, so that was a terrible game. And looking at that stat, Kirby is 1-2 against Ole Miss as Georgia's head coach, and obviously Alabama. But what other SEC team does Kirby not have a winning record over besides Ole Miss? I guess he's what
SEC team?
Yeah, is he 1-1 against LSU?
1-2.
1-2. Oh,
19 and
Burrow.
18.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Shoot, I forgot about 19. Yeah, no, so it's LSU and Ole Miss.
That's right. Man, we don't play LSU a whole lot. I mean, like, dang. We've only played LSU 3 times since Kirby's gotten here.
That's got to be right. 22 SEC championship, 19 SEC championship, and 18 in Baton Rouge.
Wow. Yeah. Dang,
I mean, LSU hadn't came to Athens since 13.
I know, yeah.
And then he's just played one game against A&M. So he's 1-0 and 19.
Right.
Would be it.
Jeez. Crazy stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Georgia is 1-2 against Ole Miss under Kirby. Yeah, I mean, like you just said, and kind of crazy. So
Yeah, I mean, as far as history going back though, just real quick, not a whole lot just to dive into. Yeah, I mean, people, especially a lot of older Georgia fans, would consider Ole Miss kind of a respectful rival in the sense of Georgia and Ole Miss used to play annually up until about 2002. Somebody can check me. I'm pretty sure about every year Georgia and Ole Miss played each other either in Oxford or Athens annually until I think 2002 was the last time that happened. Eli Manning came to Athens, and then it got on the 5-year rotation before Missouri and A&M joined the league that Georgia would play them in Oxford, and then they'd come to Athens the following year. Then they'd rotate off for another 5 years.
yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, this is the longest time that we've played them consecutively because we played them in 23, 20. This would be our third straight year playing Ole Miss in the regular season, and that hadn't happened since, I guess, 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yeah. And then we go on the road to play them next year.
Right.
Which is just crazy.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
Oh,
so, yeah, I mean, the new SEC schedule, but I've never had any disdain towards Ole Miss, really.
No,
I mean,
they're-
even now with Kiffin and his antics, I don't just
Yeah.
even and in the times we've gotten our last year, really, when got whooped over there, it's just like I don't have any hate towards Ole Miss.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I mean, I think Kirby and Lane Kiffin, they are, I don't want to say cut from the same cloth. I don't think that's the right term. They kind of remind me of each other in some ways. Kirby is the more serious version of it, though.
Yeah.
Whereas Lane Kiffin is the less serious version.
Yeah.
He's kind of a goofball. I kind of like it.
It's refreshing.
It
man.
is.
Not to just hear it straight coach speak
Yeah.
in an interview
Yeah.
or in a press conference, right? So I like that, man. And obviously, Lane Kiffin, the stories everybody's heard of his time as offensive coordinator in Alabama, the Tennessee, the USC days, man. He seems like he's a changed man.
Yeah, he does.
And it seems like he is definitely kind of reevaluated outside of football who he is, and just I love seeing the connection he has with his kids now, and the stuff you hear about him now compared to just us from the outside looking in. What you heard from that, he seems like he's a good spot in life, man, and really doing well. So I love that for him.
Yeah. I mean, once again, I don't think either of us hate him or
No,
don't even
I don't.
not like him. Like, I kind of like the guy.
I've grown to like him a whole lot more
Yeah.
throughout the years, right?
Who would
So,
you rather like, Brian Kelly or Lane Kiffin?
Oh, Lane Kiffin.
I
Lane Kiffin all day.
Go all down the list. Billy Napier or Lane Kiffin?
I love. See, I'm a big Billy Napier guy.
Me too. I mean, he's
Like,
turned.
that's just as a guy. As a guy.
well,
Like, I
even
like
as a
the guy.
coach, I love him.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
he
I mean,
has
absolutely,
run that
yeah.
program into the ground.
Yeah, oh yeah, for us as a Georgia fan looking in, absolutely.
Yeah.
But just as a stand-up guy, I really like Billy Napier. I just think he's a good guy, man, and kind of, I think he's a good family man. Sounds like, and just all the respectable qualities that you like to see in a man in 2025. It should be.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
hard to find these days, to be honest
Honestly,
with
yeah,
you. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's go back to Ole Miss. This year, they are a whopping 6-0, bowl eligible, people. You know, if they lost every game from here on out, if they went 6 for 6, what bowl do you think Ole Miss would go to?
6 for 6.
Yeah.
6-6. I mean,
Music City? Or is that
Liberty.
too low?
Liberty.
Liberty?
The Liberty Bowl.
Ugh.
The Liberty Bowl in Memphis.
Yikes.
Right, just a short drive from Oxford.
Yeah, that's true. I highly doubt they will lose the next 6, but they hopefully will lose the next one. But let's talk about the 6 that they have won this year. Very impressive win over Georgia State.
And Dale McGee, our old friend Dale McGee.
Yeah, 63-7 beat down in Oxford. The next week they go on the road at Kentucky. They win 30-23. Kind of a struggle win. I think what was his name? Austin Simmons. He got hurt that game, so then Trinidad came in and took over from there. I think was the case. Next week they come home and they have 4 straight home games: Arkansas, Tulane, LSU, Washington State. Arkansas they beat 41-35. Tulane they beat 45-10. LSU got beat by Ole Miss 24-19. Number 4th ranked LSU, by the way, for what it's worth. And then Washington State last week, and I think a lot of people probably were keeping their eye on this one, but this was a close one, 24-21. So you look at this resume, if you will, and only one singular road game, and it was in Kroger Field in Lexington, Kentucky.
In week
2, yeah.
Yeah, that's wild, man. So great draw of the schedule right there for Ole Miss, and they've been very impressive. A lot of people thought they lost a lot last year, and they did on both sides of the football. So to see how they've answered this year and been in some close games and came out victorious, and I think it's been Pretty good, but just the job that Kiffin's done, and he's has one of the highest winning percentages since COVID when he came to Ole Miss, second to Georgia, I believe, in Alabama maybe.
Wow.
I think he is up there as far as, and I think now they have the SEC's longest home game winning streak.
That sounds right.
So, I believe that's right.
Mm-hmm.
It is, isn't it?
I think, yeah, because Missouri's was broken by none other than Alabama. Did you realize Missouri had a 15-game win streak?
Did they?
Home win streak?
When's the last time Alabama's lost in Tuscaloosa? They didn't last year under DeBoer.
Texas, right? Was it not Texas that came in and did it?
In 22? No, 23. That would have been 23.
I think so, yeah.
That might have been right. Yeah, that's right. That sounds right. But we'd have to get fact checked on that. But what Ole Miss has never been at the level of play that they've been at now under Lane Kiffin consistently now for a while. So he has obviously been a spark on that in that program, and has done a good job over there. The Washington State game, a 32.5-point favorite, and definitely caught, I think, looking ahead to their trip to Athens for sure. So
this was definitely a case of just playing down to the opponent, and like you said, looking ahead. And, they've got a big one on the road this week in Sanford Stadium, Adam. Second road game this year for Ole Miss. This is one of the most penalized teams in the country, so that might be something to keep your eye out on. If you're going to the game, please make some noise. Please do not be a spectator this week. Be a participant. Be in the game. Be loud. Be obnoxious. We've got to cause some chaos because Kirby challenged us. I don't know if you saw that in his Monday, whatever you call it, presser. But he was basically challenging the fan base to get out, get loud, because Lane Kiffin, and he said this in these kinds of words, he said Lane Kiffin is really good during the game coaching, right? It's one thing to be prepared, get your team ready before the game, but during the game and making adjustments and talking to the quarterback and communicating, that's where we as a fan base can hopefully disrupt that a little bit. So, yeah, one of the most penalized teams in the country, right down there with Auburn.
I love it, man. But, no, that's a good point, Clark. So, yeah, definitely getting some false starts and making Lane's explosive offense be backed up a little bit, instead of 1st and 10, make it a 1st and 15. And that shoot could play huge dividends, man, pay huge dividends in that.
Right.
So, be loud and just enjoy it. Golly, we only get the season's flying by. You only get so many of them. I say this every podcast, but I really want to drive that point home. If you listen to this, you love Georgia football. And if you're going to be at the game, you love Georgia football. So why not for just 3 or 4 hours, just be loud and just have a good time and be rowdy and just enjoy it.
Yeah, have some fun. Hopefully it's going to be a fun day for our offense. Ole Miss, Adam, though, allows 19.2 points per game, so they're pretty good defensively still. Not the same caliber, I don't think, as you mentioned earlier, on the defensive line as last year. Last year they had some dudes.
Yeah, I think there's a false narrative that Ole Miss's defensive line is to the level that what we saw in Oxford last year and what they did across the SEC last year, a team that should have been in the 12-team playoff and honestly could have gotten there and made a run deep in it with the talent that they had on the defense side of the football and the offense side of the football. But that didn't happen for them. But I think that's kind of a misconception that you hear this year is, they could get after the quarterback. They're strong against the run. It's just a very talented front seven, right? And, still respectable, but not nowhere near that. And it should be a front seven that Georgia should be able to run the football on and protect the quarterback against, even with a banged-up offensive line. Mm-hmm. Should be.
Yeah, should be. Ole Miss is 94th in the nation in run defense. Right down there, I think Alabama might be number 93. Yeah. And if you remember, if you can actually remember what happened that Georgia-Alabama game, I tend to forget about it some. But if you can remember, Georgia was able to run the football pretty effectively on Alabama's defense. So what this is telling me is if Ole Miss, the best rushing attack, I guess they've played maybe LSU or maybe Kentucky this year. If they are ranked number 94th in the nation in run defense, that's telling me we should be able to get ours on the ground. I want to see a healthy dose of Chauncey Bowens this week. I want to see more Nate Frazier. I think he's starting to regain his confidence after the game that he had against Alabama that kind of, some people pin unfairly, I think, that loss to his fumble. But get him some more confidence. I'd like to see that. What's happened to Dwight Phillips Jr.? Do we know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure 100%, man. I just think Bowens and Frazier's just earned more totes, but he definitely gets a carry or two per game. And you'd love to see him get in space because he looks like he gets shot out of a cannon, right? So Bowens banged up last week a little bit, and I thought Frazier had a great game against Auburn last week. Really,
and Auburn has a great defensive front.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
really strong unit, man. It's really, honestly, I mean, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole because we talked about it last week, and there'll be plenty of time with probably what's going to happen on the Plains, but they're just it's very dysfunctional over there right now. They had a guy quit, and a lot of just stuff. I think it's broke them. And Hugh Freeze will be without a job here in the next, especially if Eli Drinkwitz comes in and pops him this week.
I've never pulled for Eli to just go in and smack somebody around, but this week I am.
Oh, yeah.
That would be hilarious. Or do we want Brother Hugh to keep his job at Auburn? I don't know.
I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to get fired. But it's amazing that wide receiver group he has, his defensive line. He can't get a quarterback. But enough about Auburn with that. But it is very entertaining to talk about.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't seen more chatter from Lane Kiffin himself on Twitter talking about Auburn.
Yeah.
I feel like he would get all into that. He would make a great TV personality one day. If he wanted to be on TV in Game Day, oh my gosh, Lane Kiffin would be awesome, I think.
Oh, absolutely, man.
But anyway, this is not to pump up Lane Kiffin. Adam, just need to run the football and grind out big yards this week. Stay on schedule and I think just getting positive yards. I know it seems very simplistic and elementary, but being ahead of schedule on first and second downs, that pays dividends for this Georgia offense specifically this year, man. When you can get third and short, it sets up a lot of different plays that you can't run as best or as good as you could if it were third and long. So
yeah. I think it's going to be key for Georgia's offense to be able to run the football, and I would love to see long, sustained drives and ends in 7 points that limits the amount of times that Lane Kiffin's offense gets to touch the football.
Yeah.
And the way that the new clock rules are now have been for the past couple of years, man, it's nice to be able to also add to that the fact when you face an explosive offense who's going to get theirs, like this Ole Miss offense can, to be able to extend some drives and just limit times that they get to touch the football, right? They're definitely not turning it over and giving them short field positions and extra possessions, man, to be able to put points on the board. So I think we're going to see this game plan coming into this, especially how Ole Miss stacks up against the schedule that they faced with their run defense this year being not as strong as what we saw last year in Oxford. That hopefully Bowens is back a little bit healthier, man, and Frazier, of course, and be able to just have that 1-2 punch, throw in some Dwight Phillips, throw in some of the screen game being a part of that, running the football, the ground attack, and being able to have some explosive runs on the ground and keep the chains moving and finish the drives in 7 points. And I would love to see Georgia dominate time of possession. Long drives.
I'm going to say this. Last year, you go back to that Ole Miss game, you watch it. Georgia's offensive line struggled. And you got to give your credit to Ole Miss's defensive front. They were insane. But I think in going back into this game, I mean, this is a revenge game for Georgia, Georgia wants this one badly. Those players do. I mean, they got the field rushed on them and everything. That you don't like that, you know? And I think going into this game, the biggest chip on anybody's shoulder is this Georgia offensive line. And I got to say this too. Monroe Freeling, I didn't realize this, how banged up he was last week.
Banged up.
But I went back and watched some of that game and some of the highlights. Man, he was playing on one foot sometimes and still making blocks. And shout out to him, man. I might have said last episode I didn't think he did that great, but it was because he had a freaking injury still and it was still lingering. And, hopefully that gets better for him.
Of course, Gaston was banged up. I mean, a lot of we've talked about. I think there's been 6 or so different mixes of OL guys, in different spots there. One time, I mean, Dontrell Glover has just been amazing as a true freshman coming in, and he's just growing each and every week. And as you alluded to, Freeland, a lot of people didn't think he would play in Auburn, and he did. I mean, just speaks of the heart that he has, man, and the desire to win there. And I personally like the pieces that Georgia has on the offensive line. If they could just continue to get healthy, but I mean, goodness, the depth you're building and the young guys getting these reps, I think will pay off later in the season, man. And we get into late October and into November, and I really think if these guys could just gel and get healthy, you're going to see some very good performances by this offensive line. Now, they got manhandled against a good defensive line in Auburn, and Gunner did a good job of getting out of the pocket and passing situations and extending plays and being able to get the ball downfield. But I think hopefully being at home and playing, maybe guys getting a little bit healthier this week and against this Ole Miss defensive line, that there's no reason why this Georgia offensive line shouldn't have a good day in pass pro and in run blocking and being able to pick up some yardage and control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, totally agree. I think that's kind of it for Georgia's offense. I mean, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Last thing I was going to say, I mean, what killed us in Oxford last year was turnovers.
Oh,
right?
gosh, yes.
I mean, you couldn't have asked to start a game better in the SEC on the road than what Georgia did by getting an interception deep in Ole Miss territory to start the game and then punching it in for 7.
Yeah.
And then things just went sideways after that, Clark.
Right.
And definitely can't turn over the football.
Very good point. Yeah, I mean, that's something that's often overlooked, but turnovers – go ask Auburn what turnovers do to you.
Kills momentum, man, and also against offenses like what Ole Miss is going to trot into Athens and where, we've seen the defense struggle, particularly in the first half this year. You can't give free possessions out.
Exactly. All right, let's go to the other side of the football, talk about Georgia's defense here. We got a lot more, I think, to say about Ole Miss's offense than we did Ole Miss's defense. They have a fantastic passing attack, Adam. They rank 8th in FBS. Very, very good. 311 yards per game through the air. They're going to be getting the ball to mainly these 3 guys right here. Number 2, Harrison Wallace, 6'1". They've got a tight end they're going to use a lot. We saw him last year, I want to say, too. Yep. Number 8, Daquan Wright. He's 6'4". He's very athletic for a tight end. And, man, he is hard to bring down. And he just finds ways to get open. Then they also have Deuce Alexander, number 11, Wake Forest transfer coming in. So, he's been a big playmaker for them as well. They have a lot of good weapons on the perimeter. No guys at like the top of anybody's big board, I'd say. I mean, I could be totally wrong about that. I don't think that's the case, but definitely some really good talent nonetheless. So we got to be alert on the secondary this week.
For sure, man. I mean, Lane Kiffin gets so much out of his quarterbacks. It's amazing just how these guys just come in there, second string guy, like Trinidad Chambliss is, and how he's come out and played since he was a Division 2-3 player. I don't know. I mean, he's transferred in, right? Yeah. Division 3 guy. So he's come in, man. And Austin Simmons took over the starting job, and one of those kind of Jacob Eason, Jake Fromm deals where I don't think Simmons really lost the job. It was by injury, and the backup just came in and just he played well enough that you couldn't afford to take him off the field. Right. So I think he's an elusive guy. And it's going to be obviously not letting him have cheap yards with his legs, but it's going to be a very big challenge because Lane Kiffin is going to have a great game plan. He did last year, no doubt he will this year. And Georgia's passing defense is no secret. Everybody's watched this. It ranks 60th in the country right now, so something not accustomed to at the University of Georgia with that secondary ranking, man. But I mean, you look at the second halves of these football games, the Alabama game, and then in Auburn last year is. Or Auburn last week, that they came out, made some adjustments, man, and just really played better football and shut both of those teams out in the second half. But against offenses like Ole Miss and what we you see that you can't afford to get yourself, and if that trend continues of just looking like you're going through the defense like a knife through butter in the first half, afford the ability to not be able to come back in the second half against these type of teams like Ole Miss that you could have with the talent they have on the offense side of the football and the productivity they have. But hey, real quick, Trinidad Chambliss. Every time I hear that name, I think of. Do you remember Trinidad Hubbard?
Not really.
Trinidad Hubbard was a baseball player that played in the steroid era. Okay. He was like an outfielder. He was like an MLB journeyman in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I don't know why. I mean, he didn't really stand out. Like, he played on the Braves one year, I think, maybe around like 2000 or something, but then played for like 9 other teams. And he was just, every time I hear Trinidad Chambliss, I think of Trinidad Hubbard, an old outfielder.
Interesting.
Back in the steroid era, back in the golden days of MLB baseball.
Okay.
If you remember Trinidad Hubbard, don't make me just feel like an idiot for bringing this up. Comment below.
Well, since we're on that, the name Trinidad reminds me of the country in the Caribbean, Adam. Trinidad and Tobago, I think is how you say it, or Tobago.
Okay. All right.
Adam, you need to go down to Trinidad.
Nah,
Very cool stuff.
I'm good.
But anyway, it also reminds me of Chaz Chambliss.
Yeah, that's just
Trinidad
true.
Chambliss.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, he is a senior quarterback coming in from Ferris State University. Is Ferris State D3? Let's just see right quick. Ferris State University. They're from Michigan. Hold up just a second. Let's see. D3? Let's see what Google has to say.
Yeah.
Is not in Division. They are D2. Okay, well, nonetheless.
D2. Yeah.
D2 transfer quarterback coming in, making his, fourth start of the season? Something like that.
Yep.
He has 1,286 yards through the air so far through 4 games. Pretty impressive. Or 5, I guess. Or 4.5, we'll say. He has a 65.4 completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. So very efficient in this Ole Miss offense, as most quarterbacks are under Lane Kiffin. Can definitely, as you mentioned, Adam, hurt you with his legs, and that's something that Georgia always kind of struggles with. So you got to lock him up. You got to contain the pocket, keep him in the pocket, and then get to him. And we'll see. We'll see what we can do. The pass rush, we finally got home last week against Jackson Arnold. But we definitely, though we did not get home a lot last week, I'm starting to see a little bit more, and granted, Auburn's offensive line is not that great.
Right.
But
penetration.
We're starting to get home, or
Some
get closer to home. Penetration,
some
sure.
penetration.
Yeah. We're starting to affect at least the pass. And that's got to count for something.
Yeah. Get some pressures.
Yeah. Pressure's the what I'm looking for.
There you go.
I really struggled with that.
Oh, no, that was good. I feel you, man. I mean, I feel you. It's definitely going to have to not let him get comfortable in the pocket. I mean, obviously, Lane Kiffin is going to dial in. I think he's going to definitely try to exploit the middle of the field and get our linebackers in mismatched situations. And, of course, Glenn Schumann and Kirby Smart know that, right? And utilize the flats. We and try to run our linebackers from sideline to sideline. And you're going to see a lot of that. And they're going to move the football. And they're going to score points. I truly believe that, and I think we have an offense that can match them, and I think it's going to be a low 30s to mid 20s type football game in the sense of where it's going to land there, and I think it's going to be a 4-quarter game for sure. So one thing too, I'm interested to see what personnel we have on defense this week. The guys in the secondary, and I don't know, I just would love to see more exotic packages in the sense too. I mean, we were talking on the group chat today, and do you know this was a lineup that 1 second, please. You talk real quick.
Okay.
The mysterious cow we've been looking for is outside the shop right now.
Oh, now?
The cow that's roaming the community, that crazy heifer. Crazy heifer. Let me just alert my. It's not mine.
Heifer.
It's not mine. Mine are out, but the community's been looking for this cow. So I'm sorry.
Y'all need to shoot it and turn it into steak.
Big distraction. Big distraction right now.
You need to have you ever, well, you've never seen Napoleon Dynamite, but if you have seen Napoleon Dynamite and you're listening, sort of at the beginning of Napoleon Dynamite, the movie, Lyle goes out and shoots the cow in the face. Maybe that's what y'all need to do with this cow, Adam. And just we grill out Saturday or something.
There it is. Sitting on the camera right there. That's
This
the
is
footage
great.
just wandering around.
Our patrons,
It's out there.
Our patrons
Oh, man.
knew about this right before the last episode. See, this is the kind of stuff y'all get if you're patron members. But we got a video of Adam out in his yard right outside the pasture with this cow who had broken loose and this crazy heifer. And it's just a great little clip. But that's the kind of stuff you get on Patreon.
Anyway. Yeah, sorry. I mean, we're trying to be a professional podcast right here. Got distracted. What was I talking about?
I don't know. Basically, Adam, Ole Miss has the to take
Yes, they're going to put up points. Yes, they can take the top off. Limit explosive plays, man. Yeah. Keep the ball in front of you. Tackle well. Just play good fundamental defense.
Yeah,
man.
Come on, everybody.
I mean, but no, I was going to tell you, read this off that right now. Let me read this off real quick. That this formation, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. This is good because I didn't notice it, but Busky, we talk about him, man. He goes back, just a ball no. This was a formation we had. The linebackers were Jonell Aguero Chris Cole, and C.J. Allen. The down linemen were Elijah Griffin, Elo Mendoza, and Gabe Harris. The secondary, you had Ellis, Dalen, DeMello at star, KJ, and Kyron.
So everybody's playing everywhere is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I mean,
you had Joe Guaro up on the line a lot at Auburn. I did notice that, but I didn't notice that particular formation that was out there, man. So, I mean, is it going to be something that we see? I mean, when's the last time we've had 3 cornerbacks on the field at the same time? Like one in the star role.
I don't know. It's been a while.
So, I mean, true corners.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I like that.
Yeah,
right
I
now,
mean,
especially against a team like Ole Miss, right?
For sure. It's a new look, and they have to respect they have to respect it. And, man, there was one time last week, going back to Auburn, just right quick, Dalen Everett, man, we are going to get a blindside sack sometime this year. It almost worked the other week against Alabama. It almost worked last week against Auburn. They picked the running back, shout out to him, picked it up. But at some point this year, I can promise you, Dalen Everett is going to get a blindside sack. Hopefully it's a strip sack.
Yeah, just like
it
the one in
was.
Austin.
Yes, just
That's
like
right.
the one in Texas. So we'll see. As far as the running game goes for Ole Miss, not really sure that they're just elite in that department just because they're slinging the ball over the field.
Right.
But their running back, Kejuan Lacey, sophomore, he has 126 carries on the year, 587 yards. That's a lot of carries and a lot of yards there. 8 touchdowns, 4.7 yards per carry. So pretty good stuff there for them. And then, like we just mentioned, I don't have the stats, but Trinidad is their quarterback. He is, I believe, their second leading rusher on the team. So they don't really do, running back by committee at Ole Miss. It's pretty much the quarterback's going to tote the rock, and then obviously your running back as well. So as far as third downs, this has been sort of the storyline the past 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I would say. Third downs, Ole Miss ranks 16th in FBS in third down conversion. So they're really good at being able to convert. Lane Kiffin is also really good with fourth downs. He's going to go for it. It doesn't matter if he's 20 yards deep in his own territory. He's going for it if the time and the opportunity is right. So we got to be alert. We got to get them third and long, and that's where I think you can really win this game.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree, and just steal possession from them, man. Get an interception, force a fumble, and I don't know how many turnovers do you think that Georgia will get Saturday? Do you think they'll get any?
We're going to get an interception.
Think interception?
I feel it in my bones.
KJ Bolden.
I'm not going to say KJ. I'm going to say, no, not KJ. Hold up just a second. Give me. I want to say DeMello Jones.
I did too.
Really?
Oh, that'd be great going out on a limb. Let's make that call.
Yeah.
DeMello Jones interception.
Let's do
Heard it here first, baby.
I like it. Yeah. That place would go crazy. Georgia allows just 17 points per game so far. This defense is pretty daggum good, despite what we may think. The last 3 weeks, too, I just got to throw this out there. This is kind of crazy to think about. Go back to the Auburn game, the Kentucky, and the Alabama game. All of those second halves. You know how many combined points all three of those teams had against Georgia in the second half?
How many?
7.
7.
One singular touchdown.
Just one single touchdown.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
17 points per game Georgia has allowed this season. Ole Miss scores 37.8 points per game. So something's got to give here, and we shall see. But that kind of wraps it up for the X's and O's portion of this episode.
Going to be a tough one.
It is.
It's going to be. I'm so glad it's in Sanford Stadium, but
too.
it makes me sick thinking about what could happen.
Yeah.
But then again, man, I mean.
This is why I come to Georgia for games like this, though.
That's exactly right. Game day there right now.
Yep.
Time for – need this one.
We do. That we do. All right, folks, let's move on to some Week 8 games. I think it's Week 8. I hope it is. Otherwise, that would be pretty embarrassing. Week 8 games.
Game of the season, had to buy 8 weeks.
That's right. Good math. Let's start off with a crazy SEC matchup right here. This is kind of a wild one. Number 10 LSU travels to number 17 Vanderbilt in Nashville. Vanderbilt, I cannot believe we're sitting here saying this. Vanderbilt is favored over LSU right now by 2.5 points. This game is a nooner at ABC. Good one to start the day with right here.
Yeah.
Adam, who do you like, Garrett Nussmeier or Diego Pavia?
I think LSU gets it done in Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with LSU, man. Actually, I hope I'm wrong. I'm cheering for Vanderbilt, but it just seems like LSU is going to get them, and I think it's going to be a game where it's actually low scoring in the sense LSU's just got a good defense, man. And I think their offense is going to do just enough against the Vanderbilt defense to put enough points on the board to beat them in Nashville.
I don't know. LSU has been a roller coaster of a ride so far. Vanderbilt, despite their one loss on the road, has played pretty consistently, I'd say.
Yeah.
So give me the doors, Adam and Clark
All
Lee.
right.
I just
All right.
got a
I
gut
love
feeling. So the next game, a very sneaky one. Very, very sneaky one. Actually, maybe it's not so sneaky. Maybe Vegas knows something that we don't know. Number 12, Georgia Tech, Brent Key and all those nerds. They travel up to Duke. Where's Duke?
Going to
at?
Durham, North Carolina.
Durham, that's
man.
right. Yeah. Going to Duke, 12 o'clock ESPN.
Manny Diaz's Blue Devils, Clark.
Yeah. Duke
Yeah.
is favored by 1.5 points. I don't know anything about Duke football this year. Adam, Vegas, though, they think Duke
Feel
might
good
can
about
do it.
Duke at home.
Yeah. Or maybe they don't feel so well about Tech at a noon game.
I think it's like Wallace Wade Stadium.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
Wallace
right.
Wade Stadium up there in Durham, man. I mean, it's hard to go up there as a top 15 team and come out alive.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially at
obviously,
noon.
Especially at noon.
Oh,
I mean, the environment's just going to be hostile up there. It's going to be like having to go to Baton Rouge on a Saturday night.
Oh, man.
It's going to be tough for Brent Key, right?
Right.
Really going to have some silent snap counts.
Probably so.
All right, Georgia Tech, I think they're going to win it. I hope Duke wins it, man, and I hope Vegas knows something. It's eerie how close they are with them, but a close game, give me Georgia Tech.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick with Tech too. Though, I don't know, man. They struggled against Wake a few weeks ago, and Wake is not that good with Robbie Ashford playing his 28th season of his life. But, yeah, give me Tech as much as it pains me to do that. All right, number 14, Oklahoma at South Carolina, 12:45 SEC Network. Big one for Shane Beamer there, but Oklahoma is favored by 5.5 points. Are we getting John Mateer?
I don't know. I hadn't heard, man.
I don't know.
I hadn't heard anything. Disappointing loss last week in Dallas for Oklahoma, losing 23-6 to Texas, their first loss of the season, man. Also, revenge game for Oklahoma. They just got walloped in Norman last year. I remember that was the day Georgia played Texas, and we were keeping up with that game in Austin. Like, oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Look at Shane Beamer just making a statement in Norman, Oklahoma, right? So, I think Oklahoma's going to do it. I think it's going to be a fun game in the sense it's going to be pretty close. But 12:45, I think South Carolina fans probably not just super hyped. They've already lost to Vanderbilt. They've lost to Missouri. They've lost to LSU last week in a close game in Baton Rouge. But I kind of think, man, that Oklahoma's going to win this game. Mateer, no Mateer.
Yeah, I'm with you. If South Carolina can move the ball through the air, I think they've got a legitimate shot. But I'm not so sure that they can. It's been so tough to keep up with some of these other teams like Carolina who are kind of out of the top 25 now.
Yeah.
So I really don't know much about South Carolina in this matchup. But, yeah, I'll just stick with the safe play and give me Oklahoma. All right, next up we got another SEC matchup. Number 4, A&M. Texas A&M goes to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. 3:30 ESPN. A&M is favored by 7.5. Now, some people are probably thinking, why is this game even on y'all's list?
Yeah.
The only reason I put it on this list is because Arkansas last week, listen, they went to Neyland Stadium and kept it very interesting there for 4 quarters.
Bobby P's first game back in Fayetteville.
With his neck brace.
Yeah. I mean, how poetic, man. Bobby Petrino is now the interim head coach at Arkansas, and this is his first game as the head coach back at home. What if he just rode in on a motorcycle, led the team out on the motorcycle? I mean, God, that'd be so funny.
With a young lady. Right,
a young blonde behind.
Yeah, young blonde. In the the sidecar or whatever.
Unreal. But yeah, I mean they answered good as far as their coaching change that they had a bye week, went into Neyland, played Tennessee close, and I think it might be a little bit closer for a little bit, but I think Texas A&M has a really good team. I've talked about how I really like Mike Elko and how he runs the program, and the defense that he has down there in College Station. So I think Texas A&M does go up to Fayetteville and win this football game, but we need A&M to drop one. I know there's a contingent of Georgia fans who would be fine if Georgia misses the SEC championship. Some even like hoping that we don't play in it because of what it could do to knock you out of the playoffs, or wanting a home game in December in Sanford in the playoffs, stuff like that. I mean, there's those people out there. I'm one that the SEC championship still means to me what it did when I was 12 years old in 2005. But, yeah, if you're looking at the race right now, and, I mean, it's all going to sort out. A lot of people play each other, of course, but I want to see Missouri and A&M lose as much as possible.
Me too. I'll stick with A&M, but Adam, I don't know, man. I'm starting to look at these games. You got Tech, number 12 Tech, going and facing unranked Duke. You got number 14 Oklahoma going and playing unranked South Carolina. You got number 4 A&M on the road at unranked Arkansas. And I don't know, man. This is just there is no way all three of those go in favor of the road team that is ranked, right? And so we shall see. I'll stick with A&M, but, man, I don't know. I'm starting to second-guess myself on some of these. Anyway, got to keep rolling. Number 21, Texas at Kentucky, 7 o'clock ESPN. Weird things happen in Lexington, Kentucky. If you're an SEC team going on the road up there, just ask Georgia. Texas is favored, though, 12.5 points. Adam, is this Mark Stoops' final stand in Lexington?
Yeah, it is. It is for sure, man. And I think Mark Stoops will land with what the coaching carousel will be, and a lot of the jobs opening up. He'll land on his feet somewhere, but I think it's time for those the Kentucky and Mark Stoops to split ways. And I think, man, Texas just has some momentum after beating Oklahoma. Arch was the better quarterback in that game, I thought, that particular day. And I think they're going to build on that momentum and go in there and win pretty sizably in Lexington. But as we as Georgia fans know, it's very hard, especially at Kroger Field at night, man, going and getting out for whatever reason, even against Kentucky teams that aren't very good at all. It's just still, and it's not because the environment's just, I can't explain why it's so hard to play there, but it's weird. And Texas hadn't figured that out yet, so they are, but I still think they're going to come away with a win.
I think this is going to actually be a very interesting game, but dang, man. I hate that we keep picking the same ones, but that's okay. I'll go with Texas too. And then last but not least, the third Saturday, is that right? Third Saturday?
Third Saturday in October.
Yeah, third Saturday in October. We got number 11 Tennessee at number 6 Alabama, 7:30 ABC primetime. Alabama is favored by 7.5 points. I think that's a pretty good spread, Adam. Give me Alabama then. They are rolling right now, especially at home against Tennessee. This is a revenge game for them. Give me Alabama. Who do you like?
I agree, man. If this game was in Knoxville, like the past 2 times that Tennessee has beat Alabama when they've traveled up to Knoxville, Tennessee, and Neyland. But I mean, shoot, I can't even tell you the last time Tennessee beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. It had to be like,
they almost did in 2009.
Yeah, they did almost in 2009. So it had to be maybe Saban didn't. Had to be like in 05 or something.
Yeah. Or was it 7 that they almost beat them in? No, it was
7. 09. It was 09. The block field goal with Lane
yeah.
Kiffin. Yeah, it was 09. Kiffin's one and only year in Tennessee.
Blocked again. Cody again. Sorry. Well,
so yeah, I'm going with you, Alabama.
Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Woo, man.
What a fun episode that was. Man, week 8 is going to be great, and hopefully your Georgia Bulldogs will do well this week.
That's right.
And get a win, man.
I love it.
That's what it's all about. But if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Helps us grow this Georgia football community. If you're watching on YouTube, comment below your score prediction for this week's game. And if you're coming to the game this weekend, let us know. Come see us at Sections 108, row 60. We'd love to see you guys and shake your hand and whatnot. And Adam, last but not least, let's talk about Georgia versus Ole Miss. Wrap this thing up with some score predictions here. And, let's see what we got. So I'm currently making my score prediction. All right, I got it. It's Georgia, Ole Miss. Georgia opened up 6.5-point favorites, Adam. The line, or I guess the spread, is now 8.5.
Really?
So the money's pouring in on Georgia.
There we go.
That's always a good thing.
That's a great sign. That's a real good sign.
But you throw that out of the window when you start to play the game. Georgia, Ole Miss, 3:30 ABC. Adam, I want to go Man, I just like the Dogs in this matchup, especially knowing that we're going to be able to run the football. That's what this team is just built on, is running the football.
That's right.
Give me some Gunnar Stockton on play action pass, hitting guys like Noah Thomas, Colby Young. I want to see a lot of that. Obviously, get the ball to your playmaker, Zachariah Branch, and just eat on defense. I like the Dogs 31-20.
Man, that's a good one.
Is that what you were
That's a good one.
We're about to find out.
About to find out, Clark. So, yeah, 31-20. I like it, man. I mean, huge game, top 10 showdown. Another blessing as a fan that we get to see another top 10 game in Sanford Stadium. It's a one that's big. It's one that you have to win this game, especially where Ole Miss is in the standings and how the tiebreakers work out if you want to have a chance to be in Atlanta that first Saturday in December. So it's a game that you have got to win at home. And it's one that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. We all know what this Ole Miss offense could do. We saw what they did last year, this Georgia defense. It's going to be a big day for Glenn Schumann and his defensive staff, man. And this whole defensive unit, that's what my red and black glasses just blinded want to just think, man. It's like the narrative of this defense is going to change after the performance that we see in Sanford Stadium on Saturday. How great would it be for Ole Miss to get the ball? They go 3 and out. We get the ball. Big Zachariah Branch punt return. Run it down their throat. Score 7. Start the game. Ooh. Come out at the gates just blazing, man. I mean, that is my dream. That's what every Georgia fan's dream is right now. But I feel good about it, man. I think it's going to be, now that we know that we got to get accustomed to all these games being nail biters, the way with the clock rules and just how college football is now, and the parity that everybody talks about is that it's going to be nail biters against tough teams like this. And I think Saturday's going to be no different, but I think Georgia's home crowd's going to be elite. I think in the second half is going to get to be really rolling. I think Georgia's going to win this game 31-24. I had that same exact score, 31-20, but I'm going to change it just to be different. Feel good about it, man. Offense shines. I think we hold on to football. We put up 31 points and limit them to about 24, and I'm ready for it, Clark.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready for it. Wear your red and black this week, everybody. Huge game. Got to have this one. I'll see y'all Saturday. Love y'all. Go Dogs, baby.
Ooh, 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 ooh.